Today on Sugar Spun Run, I'll be showing you my most hated recipe, cake batter fudge. This video is not meant to attack anybody. I totally believe people are having problems in their own kitchen. I hope it's helpful, and maybe I am a little bit defensive after being called a Pinterest thief, but ultimately, I hope you take away a perfectly firm fudge from this recipe. Hey Sugar Spun Bakers, so I'm doing something a little bit different today, and I'm sharing my most hated recipe on my blog. This is the recipe that has gotten the most negative comments. People are saying it's not working for them, and no matter what I do, I can't figure out the problem. So today I'm going to be showing you exactly how I make my cake batter fudge. The biggest complaints that I get are that the fudge is not setting up properly, it's soupy, it's just too soft, and it's not a nice firm fudge. I cannot make this happen, so let's go over exactly how to make this fudge. Now, often when I'm making recipes, the brands don't necessarily matter, so I don't really mention them. Because so many people are having problems with this recipe, I want to talk about the brands that I'm using today. Now, the first ingredient you're going to need for this fudge is 1 can of condensed milk. Keep in mind, this is not evaporated milk. If you use evaporated milk, this recipe is not going to work. This is a 14-ounce can. We're going to add this to a medium-sized saucepan on our stovetop. Oh, and of course the brand is Eagle brand. Again, I'm not sponsored by any of these brands I'm talking about today. I just want to tell you exactly what I'm using that gets me the results that I get. Now the next ingredient that you need is 2 cups or 12 ounces of white chocolate chips. It is important that you use a quality white chocolate chip for this recipe, and I use Ghirardelli. Now typically I buy my Ghirardelli chips in bulk, so I have a large bag. If you buy this smaller bag, keep in mind it's only 11 ounces, so you're going to need a little bit more, a second bag to add a little bit more white chocolate chips to this so you have a full 2 cups. We'll add this in with our condensed milk. The next ingredient you'll need is 2 tablespoons of salted butter. Today I am using Challenge butter, but I have successfully made this recipe with generic butter. Also, Land of Lakes has worked well for me, as has European butter. Now use the spatula to stir your ingredients together and turn your stovetop heat to medium. We're just going to stir everything pretty much constantly. Make sure you're scraping the bottom of the saucepan with your spatula until the chocolate chips are completely melted and all of your ingredients are completely combined. Now turn your stovetop heat to low, and we are going to add our dry cake mix. So we are using the dry mix. You're not preparing it according to the instructions on the back, and I usually use Pillsbury. You can use funfetti brand, or you can use just white cake mix. Either one has worked perfectly for me. You're going to need 1/4 cup of dry cake mix. We'll add this into our saucepan. We'll also add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And we'll stir everything together until that cake mix is completely absorbed. Now all of our ingredients are being heated because they're on the stovetop, but if you're worried about the possible risk of E. coli from using untreated flour, you can pop your cake mix in the microwave and heat it until it reaches 165 degrees before you add it to your condensed milk mixture. This is looking good, so I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of colored sprinkles. Stir this together until all of our ingredients are nicely distributed. You do not want to stir this too long at this point or your sprinkles will start to melt. This is looking pretty good. So the next thing you're going to need is an 8-inch baking tin, and I like to line mine with parchment paper. It just makes it easy to lift the fudge up once it's cooled. So as you can see, this fudge is already pretty thick, so I don't know how people are ending up with runny fudge. I'm not saying it's not happening, I'm just saying I'm not sure what's going wrong, and I really hope this video helps people troubleshoot whatever might be going wrong in their own kitchen. Maybe it's an ingredient issue, I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to pour this into my prepared baking pan. And then because I love sprinkles, I'm going to sprinkle just a few of my personal blend of sprinkles over the top of this fudge, just to make it look pretty. Now all that's left to do is have a little bit of patience. This fudge needs to cool completely for several hours before it will be firm enough to cut. Ideally, you would make it the night before you're ready to serve it, just to make sure you have enough time. All right, my fudge has cooled overnight. As you can see, I haven't cut into it yet, so let's go ahead, for the first time, take a knife to it and see how it turned out. Is it soft, like so many people are having it turn out in their own kitchen, or is it nice and firm like it should be? This is looking promising so far for a firm fudge. It's so pretty. I love the sprinkles on top. So far, so good. It's a little bit of effort to cut into it. Okay, so today's fudge turned out pretty much perfectly, exactly as it should. It's not soft, it's not sticking to my hands. This is exactly the consistency that your fudge should be when you make it in your own kitchen. It is firm, it's going to be creamy when you bite into it still. It's not rock hard at all. I don't know what people are having a problem with this recipe, and I am so sorry if it's not turning out for you in your own kitchen, but I promise I'm not sharing bad recipes or pictures that I stole off of Pinterest, as some people have accused me of. I just wanted to show you that this fudge can turn out perfectly in your own kitchen. If you are having any questions about this fudge, I'm happy to answer them in the comments. I don't know what else to say. I'm just really happy this wasn't a giant fail. Like, I was a little afraid it might be. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching my most hated recipe, this cake batter fudge. If you try it, I hope you love it, hope you don't hate it. Thank you so much for watching. I'd love to know what you think, and I'll see you next time. I mean, you can see my teeth marks. It's firm.